This could be the biggest ever Minecraft update, but there is one problem. In this video we're going to be talking about what this potential future update could be, what the developers are currently discussing with the community, but why this update may also never happen. If you go on to enjoy this and this is something you would like to see added to the game, be sure you let not only myself but also the developers know by dropping a like on the video. But with that being said, let's get right into the information. Now, on our hands we've got potentially the biggest ever Minecraft update, but alongside that we've got a handful of reasons why this may also never happen. And I know you're probably all very confused right now, but trust me, all of this will be explained by the end of the video. Now, this discussion I believe began at least when I talked about this on a previous video, where we were looking at a very weird and mysterious video which was released by Mojang of the warden actually stumbling and falling through the ground. In that video I pointed out how good the warden animations were, how polished they were, how smooth they were, and just how I believe at least every other Minecraft mob should be updated to have these animations. And in response I've saw many developers actually talking about this. I'm not saying I'm the one that sparked this conversation, but I am just saying that it's all very good timing. More specifically, we're going to be taking a look at what King B Dogs has been saying, but before we get into that I want to explain what this update would basically bring about and why I actually am one of the people that want this update. Now, if you've not saw the clip I'm talking about, you can just even look at Minecraft Live and the gameplay of the warden we saw there, but the way it moves is so unlike any other mob in Minecraft, where you can just feel the personality of the mob through the way it walks, like the way it stumbles and moves and kind of limps around. It's so awesome, and it just does not match any other mob in Minecraft, and that's why I love it so much. It just gives the mob so much more personality. So basically what I said is that every other mob in Minecraft should be updated to have these smooth animations. So like maybe the zombie would stumble and lean forward a bit like it's trying to reach out for the player. The skeleton could kind of wobble around a little bit because of how unstable it is on its bony legs. And then we would have the spider. Maybe it could have a bit more personality to the when it jumps. Maybe it looks like it springs up into the air. I'm pretty sure Mojang would be a bit scared to change the creeper, but because basically it's this tall unstable mob standing on four little legs, maybe it could wobble around a little bit and kind of stumble, which could be quite funny. But yeah, the argument the developers are basically giving is that this would remove the nostalgia and the old feel of Minecraft, but there's a few things we need to look at which actually go quite against that, which is very funny. Now, this first tweet from King B Dogs said, "So I see a lot of people saying they'd want old animations updated because of the newer keyframe animations from the frog and the warden, but here's a genuine question: would people really want to get rid of the classic swinging side to side or of player / humanoid legs, arms, for example?" Now basically what King B Dogs is saying here is, would you want to get rid of the classic movement of Minecraft where the legs and the arms swing for newer animations? And that's a genuine question, and from the response it's a very clear answer. A lot of people are responding to this saying of course, and why wouldn't we, and people just really want this update. Whether you're an OG Minecraft player or a new modern player that's just started playing yesterday, people can all agree that they want the animations updated based upon what we've saw from the warden. It's kind of Mojang have done this to themselves by making the warden look so incredible with its new animations. Mojang have just basically made the entire community ask for this update now. But there was actually this very interesting response I saw to King B Dogs' question, where someone said, "It's weird to me that you asked this question now. because we already have almost too complex player animations with Bedrock's emotes. That is very true, and something I did not even think about at first. If you've not saw the Bedrock animations, which I wouldn't blame you, to be honest, they're just very weird and unusual, and I'm not going to talk about them too much because that's not what the video is about. But yeah, Mojang have already added kind of modern updated animations, so it's quite curious that they would not want to update everything else. And King B Dogs' response was, sure, but that's not part of the core gameplay loop in terms of animations. The mods are almost purely social in nature, and you wouldn't see it outside of multiplayer, really. That's fine, that's a okay response, but my addition to that is it's a bit weird to see these animated, updated movements in animations when they're not actually like that in the key game. It's a bit weird to see Steve going from walking like a zombie to then doing a smooth animation. It just doesn't look right. Someone else also responded the legs could have a bit more side motion or work better with the rest of the games, and the arms could be more lively too. However, I'd never add any more bends to any mobs. And then King B Dog says, oh yeah, we'd never add bends or joints for limbs. That's a huge no-no. So from what we can see here, it's quite unlikely that we would see any of these animation changes. But I think there's still a possibility that we could see Warden style animations where just a bit more movement and activities added to each of these mobs. It would be awesome to see. But let's follow up with what else King B Dog said. He followed up by saying, I think improved animations are obviously nice, but I think the art style of Minecraft in places like these can be more iconic than intended, and we need to respect that. I want us to be very careful about updating old animations if we ever did. This to me is a response that does not make too much sense. They're talking about Minecraft being iconic. I would argue that textures are a lot more iconic than animations. How many people do you really hear complaining about the animation update for the skeleton, where its arms went from being up all the time to then resting down by its side when it's not using its bow? I really do not hear anyone talking about that and complaining about that. So I think that this argument about nostalgia and people complaining about these animation changes, I think that if the community was going to argue about things like this, they would have done it with the texture update. And here we are, 2021, barely anyone uses the classic textures anymore because of how much they like the new ones. So what I'm trying to say is, if it's done right, then I believe the community would love these updated animations. But obviously, if they're messed up and they're a bit cringy, then obviously the community will not like them. But if we see something that is done like with the frog, or maybe like the Warden, I think there's no possible world in which the community would not like this. And that's coming from an OG Minecraft player, someone that's been playing the game since it basically dropped onto mobile devices. And honestly, I cannot see any world where people complain about these animations. These mobs are something we've all grew up with, so it would be awesome to see a bit more life added to them, so we can finally see what these mobs would look and act like in a modern game. This is one complaint I've had for Minecraft for quite a while, although I did not realise it, although it's something I never really thought about in my head, thinking Mojang should update Minecraft's animations. It's something now I think about does need to happen. Minecraft's animations are so lifeless, it's almost funny that we never noticed this, but just simple movement changes or stumbling of mobs or different behaviours could go such a long way in making the world feel more alive. It is a bit weird still. It feels like the entire world is evolving. The entire Minecraft world is evolving, apart from the mobs within it. And I believe this could be even an entire update on its own, that where just basically it could be called like the life update or something crazy like that, where just life is put into Minecraft and the mobs act differently. They have their their own behaviours, their own personalities, just like the warden, how it's a bit creepy but also clumsy. As I said earlier, the zombie could be a bit more scary, it could lean forward, but it could also be clumsy where it like limps around a little bit, and things like that I think would go such a long way. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you want these animation changes to be added to Minecraft, or is it something that you do not want to see? There's definitely two sides to the coin here, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. But it's been me, ItzJhief, for everyone. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.